wanders through the Lake District, bagging Wainwrights and outlying fells. With his trusty IPs, a cap and rugged good looks. His name is Dave Ostel, the mountain man. He wanders through the Lake District, bagging Wainwrights and outlying fells. With his trusty IPs, a cap and rugged good looks. His name is Dave Ostel, the mountain man.
Right, welcome back to another episode of Dave Ostel Mountain Man, and today we're in Ennerdale. Just parked up at Bowness Knott car park. First time I've ever been here. £8 all day. However, the machine isn't working this morning, so I've either just saved £8 or I've got a 50 quid parking ticket. Either way, we're here, and what we're doing today is 10 buckets, no less, of the northeastern Ennerdale water. First we're going up Bowness Knott, just here, before we swing back up to Brown How, Herdus, Floating Cop, Banna Fell. You've got High Pen, Low Pen, where else is there? Knockmerton, Godworth and Kelton Fell. Now we might go over a single Wainwright today of Gavel Fell if there's no bypass route, but it's about 10 miles round this loop. Okay, so we've just worked our way up the path from the north side of Bowness Knott. It's clearly marked from the roadside there, and it's branching right. Self-explanatory, there's a stile here, and this is just Bowness Knott summit, not too much further along here. There is access for dogs here, but once we finish this one, I believe we're going to be retracing our steps and heading this way, heading in the direction of Great Bourne, which is the Wainwright here, and round onto Brown How, which is the second bucket of the day. Let's get up here first and have a look down over Ennerdale for that little endorphin rush of the first hill of the day. Right, as we just inch our way up Bowness Knott, it's quite comfortable. I can identify the second bucket of the day, which is this here, just a short distance away of Brown How. Before, I don't see the path, but I've been told it's brutally steep. Up to the third for the day, which is just adjacent to Great Bourne, which is here. It's Herdus. So once I'm up there, I think that's the bulk of the climbing done for the day. We're where the area is extremely boggy up there. I've been there once to pick up, like, obviously the Lowe's water fells, I called them on my video. Very pleasant walking, but yeah, when you're new to walking, if you want your first experience of real bog and you're back in the Wainwrights, that'll be it, I would say, in that area up there. So as beautiful and as accessible as this fell is, I don't believe it's that well walked, to be fair. As we get nearer to the summit here, the path has faded in and out. A lot of branches and a bit of bushwhacking as well, so that suggests to me that it isn't that well walked, but there is still a path there if you just keep persisting. You know what, check your GPX on your watch, and yeah, it's swinging round now. Hopefully it takes us back in this direction here up to the summit, so we'll keep persisting. Here it is, just here. Right, here we are on the summit of the first burkett of the day, Bowness Knott, 333 metres I believe it is. Oh my goodness, what a spot. And there we go, this is as close to Ennerdale as I've ever been really. Like I say, I've not been to many of the lakes in the Lake District, funnily enough. I've always walked above them and looked down on them, but hey, there's a cracking pitch here. One tent. You've got to be quick to get this one, I would say. As neighbour is here today with the weather being so cracking. And that's looking over to old Grike and Cragfell and to the side of Ennerdale there, that the Wainwrights that we've done there. There's not that way in terms of hills. Next we're going to Brown How, which is slightly shorter than this one. It's just the rock poking out of the top of the trees there. Before we head up this bank here, up onto Herdus, which phew. Right, that's us out of the forest. I was worried about this part of the walk. I don't do well in forests. I don't like them. I think the rest of it is open fellside, thankfully, but hey, I think I've watched too many scary movies. I think my first nightmare as a child was about the big bad wolf, and it's never left me. It doesn't help that I watch like horror movies and that as well on a regular basis, but anyway, I'm back on the fellside path now, and yeah, we're just going to swing around the front, the north side of Brown How. So we're back at the stile where we branched off to Bowness Knott. Path's all the way down there and it skirts around the side. I'm just going to try and head over this little mound here and I'll pick it up, and that should swing us round where we need to be. Here we are, back on the path. So yeah, there's the stile over there. Just head directly across, save you losing any ascent. We don't want to do any of that nonsense. But up here is Brown How. It looks like there's potentially a path swinging right there up onto the summit of that one, so we'll take that one and see where it goes. That's it. We're directly in front of the north facing side of Brown How here now. It just came up from the path down there. I've just found another cracking little pitch spot here there. Right out of the wind in this bowl. Stunning views, some nice spots in this area. I bet it's seldom wild camp though, because generally people park at Bowness Knott and they'll walk into Ennerdale towards Pillar there. Right, here we are, just approaching the summit of Brown How. Oh, the sun's right in my eyes. Is this it? Sneak in. Where's the cairn, Bill? Ah, this is the most obvious thing. That's it. This is Brown How, I would say. Cheers, Bill. There's an cairn up here, Bill. That's one I've got to come back and build for you. Cheers. So aye, that's the summit back there. It's obvious from this vantage point. Looked a little higher over here, but this is Brown How, second burkett of the day. So aye, looking back at Bowness Knott. I liked it, but I don't think I'll go back up there too many times. I didn't like the forest alone anyway. But I can see the path now heading up this gill. Right, so that's just us heading down Brown How, and we're back onto the good path. But what it is a path. When you've suffered through the ordeal of a vast amount of the outlying Wainwrights, you'll appreciate paths once you've been through those, no matter how steep a gradient they are. It's just like nice to be able to not have to think. You just know you're following a well-trodden route, and it'll get you to your destination at some point. Right, it's not easy when you're a fat bloke. Right, and here we are at one of those features I'd like to see on this little route. I believe it's one of the fox traps. Here we are. Hope there's no foxes in it. No. Well, somber little thing. Why would you want to trap a fox? Anyway, right, path's continuing. Just steer up the right side of this gill, up to Herdus, in the direction of Great Bourne. Fox trap. Might trap me if I fell in there, to be fair. Once again, Ennerdale delivers. Another cracking wild campus just here. Oh, glorious. Don't like how hazy it is down in the south. Can't even see pillar. It's supposed to be clear blue sky day today as well. Aye, what a beautiful spot. Jan here. Jan on Brown How and Jan on Bowness Knott. So if you had a group of 3, you could have a little party along here. Aye. Right. Upwards, as Tony says. Let's see where the path goes here. I think it's back there. Scrambling up these rocks so that I can shop up the gill there. That must be coming from Floating Cop maybe here. All tan at the top. We'll see that later when we get to the Burkett next to it. But oh Jesus. Ah, it's a little bit sketchy this bit. Up here. Can't see any alternate way. It looks fairly grippy, so we'll do our best to pull ourselves carefully up here. A good sign is footprints, so if you're a bit unsure, just have a look at the mud and get yourself up here somehow. Oh. Not bad. A little bit of fun early on. Like I say, I don't think there's too much rock climbing or rock fells on this loop. It's largely grassy up here. It's just this side of Great Bourne that's a bit hairy. Right, so here we are, just at the top of the call here. Directly in front of us is Great Bourne, but we're not going up there today. Got a lot of work to do still. Going to swing around here, and this must be Herdus just up here. So that's the 3rd Burkett of the day, and that's looking back down at Bowness Knott and Brown How. Little tiddlers from up here. Right, it's been a little bit sketchy, but with care. It's not like striding edge or out, but there are some scrambly sections there. Here we are on the 3rd Burkett of the day of Herdus. That was alright, nice, easy to find. This one, yeah, we're looking down Ennerdale that way. I'm crouched out of the wind because, yeah, I might get clear sky days, although it's hazy. But I can't complain about haze, can I, after what I've had? Yeah, the winds are still brutal on my video, so I'm cowering behind this tiny wind shelter. But aye, Banna fell and Floating Cop next to. I don't think they're too far away according to the old GPX there, so aye, let's have a scout out for them and head over. You're alright, pal. You're alright. Better be careful not to stand on them. Right, so here we are, just on the back side of Herdus, and I'm pleasantly surprised. All the paths around here are very well walked, so yeah, it's lovely actually. I wasn't expecting this huge descent down here, but I guess we are high up at this point. But anyway, we can see the next 2 fells that we're going to. We've got Floating Cop just here and Banna Fell. Now I believe there's 2 summits on Banna Fell, if I remember what Andrew Foster said. I think the end one's potentially a singe, but the one we need is just the first one, the Burkett. So we can see the whole route in fact. So then we're going up to Gavel Fell. We might as well go over Gavel Fell and High Pen, Low Pen, and up to Knockmerton in the distance there, and then back down to Godworth and Kelton Fell, but I'm unsure which those two are. So still fairly windy, but yeah, I'm going to lose all this ascent now, and I've got to reascend it back up Gavel Fell, so yippee. God, it's brutally steep, this one. It's a bit like coming down Great Calver back into Mooresdale. That's a bit less worn than that one though. I could cry. Look at all the ascent I've lost. Look at these two fells now, they look bloody massive. But we're nearly down before we start reascending. Like I say, Floating Cop just here and Banna Fell. But I think you could possibly argue this is probably the most remote area of the main Lake District National Park, right about here. Now, the reason I say that is I think you've got Buttermere probably 5 miles that way. You've got Ennerdale 4 miles that way or so, 3 miles. These aren't great popular way, right? I mean, you've got Gavel Fell just up here, Blake Fell, they're seldom visited. You've got Great Bourne just behind us there. You wouldn't go to Great Bourne from this side, I don't think. There's easier ways to that one. So you'd only really be here if you're either a farmer or picking up these 2 Burketts, and we know there aren't many people that are into the Burketts just yet. I think that'll grow as time moves on. Here we are, just approaching Floating Cop, but have a look back at Herdus now. Look at that. I think Great Bourne's just behind there. It is a subsidiary top of Great Bourne. Great Bourne's likely the parent peak, but that's a magnificent hunk of a mountain. That's quite a steep descent, but it's comfortable. But aye, this is what the Burketts do for you. Get to experience these unloved fells. Here we are on the 4th Burkett of the day, Floating Cop. There's the tarn. First time I've actually seen that. I think when I did Great Bourne, I went up this bank here, just up there, took a bit of a shortcut. Down Floating Cop now. We're just going to be following this fence line up to the Burkett summit of Banna Fell. Lovely area. It's quite hazy, it's weird. I can see reasonably, but some of the big fells in the distance, like Grassmere and likes, which isn't far away, completely clagged in. And I don't think it's clag, it's just potentially water vapour, you know. It's been quite warm lately, so we're just extracting some of that moisture. Right, here we are on the 5th Burkett of the fell, Banana Fell. No, really, it's Banna Fell. And would you believe this fell is where Marvel creator Stan Lee created the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner. So this fell was named after the Incredible Hulk, Banna Fell. Yeah, if you believe that, you'll believe that. And that's looking back at Herdus just over here. Looks massive. I think that's the high point of the day actually. But yeah, it's the Wainwright of Gavel Fell next. That's it, that's looking back at Banna Fell to the right there. Floating Cop to the left with Herdus just behind. Once again I've been screwed by the weather. I know it's alright, but yesterday was Sunday. Blue, clear skies, and I was at work, obviously. Checked the weather forecast last night. Same again today, but look at this. Flag's at about 700 metres. I think that must be Starling Dodd just over there. That's shaded in it. Big fells behind it. Red Pike must be completely clagged, but yeah, let's hope it doesn't touch us down here at around the 400 metre mark and keeps away for the rest of the day. But, I've had the short end of the straw once again. Right, once again, I'm cowering behind a wind shelter. This is Gavel Fell. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th bucket of the day, but this is a Wainwright, so he's outranked on this one. So this is probably the halfway point of the walk, although it's not as much climbing in the second half from this point. Just 5 miles in, so it's a 10-mile loop round. So yeah, next we're going over to High Pen and Low Pen, which are just in that direction there, just before you get to Blake Fell. It isn't clagged in when we get there because the wind is blowing that stuff over here, sadly, so I don't know what to expect. I'm just gonna have a quick break from the wind behind this rock here, have a cuppa, eat my flapjacks. Got flapjacks this week, and yeah, head over to High Pen. Right, here we are on the summit of High Pen. I can't really film up here, it's way too windy, but I've just spotted, just down this horizon here is Low Pen, so that's not too far away, so I'll bring you back over there. Of the day of Low Pen. Oh, once again the buckets are knocking it out of the park. Look at this view of Blake Rig. I would never have seen that from the buckets, you wouldn't. Absolutely spectacular fell. And that's down onto Burnbank Fell, just out yonder there. Oh, what's the name of that water there? Andrew, what's the name of that water there?
Cogramos.
Cheers, lad. Right, so next we're going to Knockmerton, just here, get away, right, and then, what is it, Godworth and Kelton Fell. Just heading down Low Pen now, and sadly for me, we have to go back into some forestry area. It looks like there's a decent track, and hopefully I don't have to do much bushwhacking. Sun's trying to come out, like, a few rays coming our old Cragfell and Grike over there. Okay, so that's just down off Low Pen back into the forest. Knockmerton looks bloody massive now. Oh, I might have been putting on a bit too much to add this one on this walk, but might as well do it. I'm so close, and the last two are fairly easy, so yeah, one big effort from here, that's all I need. Well, pardon the pun, but I think I might have to knock Knockmerton on the head. I couldn't plot a path up it on OS maps, so I sort of drew one as best I could. There's all these trees in the way, and I don't fancy just walking up through them. It says there's quarry workings in this area. I didn't fancy falling down, so I've walked along the track here and it's starting to go down again. I didn't want to be going down again, so I might have to knock that one on the head. Apologies about that. I thought it would be quite an accessible fell even from this side, but likely not. And I wanted a chilled walk today, really, and I don't want to stress myself walking miles out of my way and bashing through forests again. But anyway, just up here now for the next fell of the day. Oh, right. Anyway, I think I've done the right thing leaving that behind. It's maybe a little bit too much for this walk anyway. It's been comfortable up until now, but I believe the path's looking like it's going all the way down there somehow, so yeah, we're doing a brutal long way just to pick up one extra bucket, so 10 I'll have to do. I think just up to the left of us here is the next one, the 9th for the day, Godworth. summit of the 9th Burkett of the day of Godworth. It's brought me closer to God. Right, you can see the whole round that we've done now. Just about there, starting with Herdus in the distance. Can't quite see Bowness Knott in the lot. We've got Banna fell just along here. Gavel fell. High pen and low pen. And we've just came up from that forest down there with the one that got away, Knockmerton. Now, there is one more Burkett in the 10th to make it a nice round number, and that is Kelton fell. Doesn't look that inspiring, it just looks like it's the top of that wall in that little field there before we come back down and swing our way back down to Bowness Knott car park. Right, so that's just us down off Godworth, and we've just hopped over the gate there. There's lots of tracks in this area, again quite surprisingly, and this is Kelton fell here, the 10th for the day, so we're just going to navigate our way to the top of that, and we should get a nice shot all the way down Ennerdale. Here we are on the uninspiring summit of Kelton, 10th Burkett of the day. Not much to look at this way. Oh, wait till you see this. I don't think there's another fell that has this view straight down Ennerdale. What a view. You can see the early ones we did today, Bowness Knott and Brown How. Up to Herdus, Banna fell, can't see Floating Cock, Gavel fell. High pen, low pen, Godworth just in the distance there, number 2, Kelton fell. So hi, I'm just going to have a chill here for 5 minutes. So hi, what a walk this has been. 10 Burketts, 1 Wainwright in that pile there as well. I don't know what to call this walk, I've no idea, I've just made it up myself. Probably like the northeast Ennerdale Burkett, that seems a bit too long, but I strongly recommend it. It's fairly straightforward, there's well-worn paths. Knockmerton was a bit of too much, so yeah, I'll come back and do that one another day, but I'm just going to finish my cuppa here, enjoy the view. Doesn't get much better than that, and keep cracking on down this fell. So that's just heading back down onto the track now, like I say, back towards Bowness Knott car park. I thought I'd better sign off the adventure from here. This has been Ennerdale's Burketts 10 today, and I'm thoroughly happy with the day's walk. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it, and I just want to say take care of yourselves, and I'll see you back out on the fells very, very soon.